Hello everybody, MarkMaker here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Now, you might be wondering, why am I dressed as a priest? Well, the answer to that is very simple. It's because today, we're going to be looking at a brand new build. This is the Church from Faith 2, which is a very good horror game. If you haven't seen others play it yet, I highly recommend watching Manly Badass Hero's playthrough of this game because he gets all the secrets and you can see everything that happens in his playthrough, and his commentary is really nice. But anyway, I built the entire church from Faith 2 in Minecraft. I think this took about a day to do, probably. And I did all the details I could find, so let's head on in and see what this is like, because the way that it looks in the game from the front is very different from the layout inside. So like there's a couple of rooms that I had to add in order to make everything kind of match up. But for starters, this one wasn't too bad. This is just like the entrance room, the first room you see when you come in. And there were like a couple of angel statues that are supposed to be holding crosses, and it's kind of hard to do angel statues that are small in Minecraft, so I just kind of put that together and gave them a cross banner to hold in place of like an actual cross, because that's the best I can work with. Over here, this isn't actually a room that exists in the game, but given that there are 3 windows in the front, on the front view of the church, I figured there had to be a room here, so I just put a room here, and I figure, like, if I actually put some details in it, this would probably be like the church kitchen, where they probably prepare breakfasts and stuff for the churchgoers, and you know, meals for anyone who comes around, because it's a church. Churches do that. This room, again, doesn't actually exist, but I would imagine that probably this would be where a bathroom would be. I just didn't bother putting any details in the rooms that don't exist, because they don't exist. Anyway, this is the Confessional Room. And again, in place of like actual crosses on the walls, I just did banners that look like crosses. All the rooms have these different torches, and I put actual lit torches in places of the candles that were lit, and the redstone torches symbolize the ones that are not lit because they don't give off as much light as the regular torches do. Here's the little skull that you exercise, and for the purpose of exercising things, I actually have a cross with me. Unfortunately, it can't actually exercise anything, but I'll hold it up when I feel like it. I built the confessional as well. I tried to get the colors and the build to be as accurate to the way it looks in the game as possible, like with a red cloth in the entrance for where the priest goes to hear the confessions of the different churchgoers. Obviously this is Minecraft and I can't exactly put all the fancy stuff up on top, but given what I had to work with, I think I did pretty well. Yeah, I also used a jungle trapdoor in place of the confession window, because honestly I think it's the closest thing I could possibly get to the confession window. And just like in the game, this confession booth here has a little secret passageway to the hall, and like in the game this is supposed to be like a portrait of the Virgin Mary who's like crying blood and you exorcise it. But again, this is Minecraft and this is the best I can do. And I noticed in the game that there were 2 boarded up doors, so I figured there had to be something behind it. And judging from the way the church looks in the front, I figured, oh, well, it must be a boarded up passageway to a bell tower. So a bell tower is exactly what I built. There aren't that many bells here, but it gets the job done. Time to go to church. Out demons. Imagine if people actually, like, rang the bells for church that way. But that's the confession booth, and moving on, we have the next room, which is the gathering space. I know we can't exactly see the sides of the walls in the actual game itself, but I figured, hey, I'm building this, I'm gonna have fun, and I just put, like, rainbow stained glass windows there, because, hey, it's my build, I can do what I want. And again, the torches, I put all of the pews in place. It's the exact amount of pews that the game shows. And, let's see, yeah, the little altar up here, I noticed in the game that there was, like, a bowl on the altar, but there wasn't exactly much I could do about that. There are bowls in Minecraft, I just can't place them down anywhere. I also noticed in the game that over on the floor, it looked like there was a yellow flower on the floor, like maybe someone had placed it there as an offering for the dead or something, so I just kind of placed a little potted dandelion here. And this thing over here, I don't know if it's called this in the real world, but I just put like a lectern here, and again, cross banner, because hey, every church has got to have one of these. A pastor's got to have a place to preach. And God did verily say, we shall all be gay, and thus were we created gay in the eyes of the Lord. Full homo, amen. Continuing on the tour, we have this space off to the side here, and I forgot to add the carpets, so I'm sorry about that. I imagine this would be a place where, like, the kids would go to Sunday school, and probably, like, one of the sisters or the altar boys would just kind of sit here and, you know, teach the kids about Jesus and all that sort of thing. In the back room, there was, like, a book here with a cross on it, or probably just, like, a regular cross, so, again, cross banner. There was also a statue here, which I built out of a couple of droppers, an anvil, and an observer, and some end rods. I feel like there was something else in this room that I couldn't exactly recreate in Minecraft. So, for things like that happen, I do apologize, but again, this is Minecraft. I've got a lot of limitations here, like with the stained glass windows. I obviously couldn't recreate the entire stained glass windows, but what I did is I just kind of, like, took the colors, like, the most prominent colors in each painting from the top down, and just kind of worked with it, you know? And it's like, you can, if you've played the game before, you can tell kind of what all of these are supposed to be. I think I did okay with that, and as you can see, there is a trapdoor here, and it is because I did also recreate the entire basement. Unfortunately, I cannot close the trapdoor once I go down, but whatever, it's Minecraft. I got limitations to work with. I've said that enough already. And let's see, yeah, we head down here, everything starts getting dark. There's, like, skulls and there would be bones around, but I can't do that. They're not items that you can display. Yeah, the little blood pattern here, and the next room is the red symbol puzzle room. I don't know what else to call it, but when I was creating this room, I was like, okay, how am I going to recreate all of the red symbols that are splattered on the floor in this room? Because redstone, when it's in one place, can only make one symbol, and it's that. And so I figured, hey, there are a lot of red blocks in Minecraft, and so I figured every symbol will just be a different red block. So that's what I have done. And I can't remember, like, the exact pattern that you have to walk in, but it's not programmed into here. Oh yeah, you can see through to the bottom of this, because this is actually a bedrock level in the super flat world, and I can't build any lower than this. If I could have, I feel like I would have made this a lot bigger and probably a little more accurate in size, but given the limitations, I think I did pretty well. And of course, you pass the puzzle and you enter this room, which has a message written in blood on the floor, which I could not do, and a whole bunch of statues or figures or something that are all making this exact same pose. And I tried to dye some leather armor black, but for some reason it displays as white in Bedrock Edition. I don't know why that is. Minecraft people, please get on that. But I put some wither skulls on these things to at least get some darkness onto them. And again, they're all in the exact same pose. And you head on up here. And as you can tell, there's a way out, but there is no way to get back in. And this is the shed that you appear out of. And in the game, you appear in the middle of a forest. But as it turns out, in here, it's just right next to the church. So to anyone else, it would probably just look like, say, a shed where they keep gardening tools or decorations for holidays that they don't quite need yet. So now that we're done with that tour, let's take a look around the outside. Because, there's not much to it, but there are a few noteworthy things. The stained glass windows, for one thing. If you noticed, the Sunday school room was just right on the side of the gathering space. And I was like, okay, how am I going to have the stained glass windows on this side be lit up if there's a room right on the other side? So I just figured, okay, there's gonna be a little gap, and I'll just put some end rods in there to act as lighting. And I think that worked pretty well. The bell tower, again, has it actually is supposed to have just one window, and it's supposed to be more narrow than this. But I think what I did worked pretty well. And yeah, this is pretty much it. It was hard to... it was hard for me to, get people to realize, oh, these are 3 cross-shaped windows, because they're evenly spaced. And when they're evenly spaced, the crosses don't really show up all that well. So I just put the cross banners up there as well. And yeah, I think this is pretty much it. I worked with quartz and black concrete primarily, because I would have worked with white concrete, but there were some points where I had to work with stairs and stuff, and the white of the quartz doesn't match the white of the concrete. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna have to work with quartz just so everything can match. And I wanted to work with the black concrete because it is an Atari style game, and I wanted it to kind of look as flat and Atari-like as possible. And when it comes to black blocks in Minecraft, this is practically Vanta Black. So I think I made a good choice on that, and yeah, this is the church completed. Also, that thing over there that's blurred out, it's not anything that's wrong, but it's something that will be coming in the future, and it's something that I can't quite show you guys yet because it's a super, super special surprise. And yeah, this is the church from Faith 2. I had an absolute blast building it. It was so much fun. I had to look at references a lot, but while I was building it, I would listen to the soundtrack and the songs that were used in the trailers for the games. And again, if you haven't ever heard of Faith or Faith 2, I highly recommend going and either purchasing the game, link will be in the description, or checking out different playthroughs of it online. There are so many different versions of it that you can find, and they're all amazing. I've seen a whole bunch of them, and I can attest to the quality of them all. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Feel free to leave a comment as well. Subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out!